Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Mr. Wang, and the Chinese-U.S. Chamber of Commerce. It's very exciting to be here. I had the good fortune of traveling to China. I was working in new ventures and new media for Bertelsmann, and I went to China in 2007 and traveled around the country and ended up in Beijing. And the chairman of Bertelsmann China asked me if I had any ideas for new businesses in the digital space. And traveling in China, I would visit and stay with American friends who were working over there. And they would all spend their days out, busy, haggling over prices. And they'd come home at night and they would spend their evenings emailing their friends and talking about what price they paid for things.
首先要非常感谢 Leslie， 感谢王志文主席给我此次机会，我非常荣幸能够参加商会的这一次活动。那我想说的是，我非常幸运的，曾经在2007年去过北京，然后我发现了一个非常有趣的事情，就是信息传达或者说是传媒非常重要。因为我跟我的朋友一起旅行的时候，他们在一天买了这个买了那个，但是到晚上的时候都会非常激动的跟在电话上或者在网络上在邮件里面跟他们的朋友表达出他们这一天是如何度过的激动的心情。
And they would spend their evenings communicating either in person or on early Facebook about what prices they paid for things. So I said to my friend, it seems like a natural for the internet market to set up a business where expats can share information about pricing. She agreed, we got initial funding, and it was a fascinating example of using the internet to share essential information that people were doing literally manually in many ways, and beginning to do it themselves on the internet with email and Facebook amongst their friends. I was fascinated.
我发现我的朋友会非常激动的无论是面对面跟他的朋友说，或者是通过 Facebook 网络社交一些方式跟他们说，他们今天买的东西花了多少钱。那我发现了一个新的商机，就是说在互联网上你可以直接分享这些信息。他跟他的朋友，所以最开始就打算投资那在一个互联网上跟所有人分享这个信息，那你可以就是通过网络直接找到你最迅速的最新的信息。
And through new media and the internet, we were able to communicate it and get word out and build a business. Coming back to the United States, I've been involved in a number of U.S.-Chinese ventures, and I was fascinated to read that now investment in the United States from China is at $17 billion. And yet,
那么我们现在可以看到，新媒体行业是一个迅速增长的行业。那么其实新媒体就意味着互联网的发达。那么互联网能够帮助我们做许多事情，其中一个就是能够帮助我们建立这样一个商业机制。那么在美国有很多中美联合的公司，他们在通过互联网进行更多的运营。那么现在美国对于中国公司的投资已经达到了170亿美元。
And yet only 13% of Chinese investment money is kept abroad, whereas other developed countries have 20 to 30%. So the growth potential is fantastic.
那中国对于海外的投资的资本占到了总资本量的13%，但是很多其他国家都已经达到了20%到30%，所以我们看到中国对海外公司投资有很大的潜力。
And investment in the areas we were talking about, real estate and entertainment, is up to $7.7 billion. Health is just about $2 billion, and information technology $4.3 billion. We just saw the other day Tencent invested in Glue Mobile, 14% stake, and a mobile gaming company now famous for the Kardashian game.
那中国对于海外的投资来说，主要集中在以下几个行业：房地产行业、娱乐行业。比如说娱乐产业大概有77亿美元的投资，健康产业大概是20亿美元，信息科技产业大概是43亿美元。然后腾讯公司前几天还投资了美国一个网络运营商，那它占到14%的股权。
And in the biotech space, media and new media companies are meeting virtually. And so they can look to China for greater investment. A man named Benjamin Schobert, who writes for Forbes, organizes events where he brings together biotech startups from the US with Chinese investors, and then uses media to communicate what's available. And the investments are leading to a great growth in that biotech area with $5 million just invested the other day.
在一些新的行业，比如说生物制药、媒体、新媒体等等，我们都发现中国和美国的公司有很多在建立更多有效的沟通。那么，福布斯的一位专栏作家，他曾经多次的举办一些活动，能够让中国和美国的新型创新产业的领军人物聚集在一起，来共商这个未来的商业战略。那很多的这些会议其实都是通过网络进行的。那么我们可以看到，在这个方面未来会有更多的投资。
And we talked about hospitality and real estate, and we're seeing a 500% growth recently in Chinese tourism in the United States. So the market there for, again, communication with the Chinese market coming to the United States through media and investments in the hospitality and real estate, as we've heard, are booming. The other
那酒店行业与房地产行业那都在迅速的发展，所以如果中国和美国想要互相投资或者是寻找机遇，沟通是最重要的。那两个国家的沟通，我认为主要是要通过媒体、电脑、网络，使中国的公司可以走向美国更容易一些。
And of course, we've seen with education now 31% of international students in the United States are coming from China. So the possibilities there of communicating through new media and traditional media with the greater student world and getting greater investment through education and education technology companies is a very exciting growth opportunity for the Chinese-U.S. market.
教育行业是另外一个我认为有非常大发展潜力，也同时需要新媒体的产业。那我们知道，国际学生占有31%，那这些学生想要了解美国大学，或者是跟美国大学进行沟通，或者是跟家人进行沟通，都需要这个媒体或者是网络。所以我认为另外教育的这个，比如说网络教育，也是另外一个可能的新兴的行业，有发展潜力的行业。
And one of the things I'll just leave you with, I was struck when I was in China in 2007 trying to start a business, it was very hard to get information. But now, because of the level of investment, there are so many great service groups, obviously China-U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Henlin. There's a wonderful ability now to share information through the internet looking for advice. You'll find a number of service groups in real estate, in hospitality, and education that will allow you to share what you're looking for.